Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Hey, welcome to the No Show. The hour I first believed. The hour is 9 p.m. And this is the No Show, and it happens every night. Oh my gosh, wardrobe malfunction. Come on, you can't sing Amazing Grace with a. Wait, did I miss a button? I remember when I was a kid doing that when you button your shirt wrong. Man, we got to straighten some things out here. I decided at the last minute to put on a shirt with a collar. I don't know. I've been wearing T-shirts. Amazing grace. Here, let's do another verse. Through many dangers, toils, and snares. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. Wait, when we've been where? When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. Where have we been? Is grace a place? I thought grace was a state. Let's see, maybe this will explain it. We've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. All right, maybe someone with a little more liturgical and spiritual training can explain that. Good evening. I am Ethan. This is the No Show. The No Show every night at 9 here on YouTube. Hello, Mary. Hello, Mom. Hello, Richard. Hello, Blue Lady. Hello, Dave in LA. Nuro Geezer. Kathy. Wishing everybody well. Wishing everybody well. Up here and below. Hey, Donald. How you doing? Sacramento in the house. Hello, Sacramento. Yeah, 10,000 years is a long time. That's a long line at the bank. Lines at the bank. That's not a thing anymore, but you know what I mean. That's a long line at the UPS store. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise. Oh, when we've been there 10,000 days, no, 10,000 years. When we've been there 10,000 years, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. That's a long-winded and poetic description of infinity. That's the concept of infinity. You've been doing it 10,000 years, but you still have exactly as many days ahead as you did before you started. That's as good a definition of infinity. Wah, 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 wah. I love the scene in Coal Miner's Daughter for the funeral of her father, played by Levon Helm, and they sing Amazing Grace. Wow, interesting. I loved that movie so much as a kid. I got to see that again. I remember just being so blown away. There were some movies that I saw in the late 70s as a kid where I remember just having, it was almost a transcendent experience. A really great movie at that age, especially with music, because the other time I remember it happening was with the movie Hair, with so I guess that was Treat Williams, and then with Coal Miner's Daughter, it was so it's Sally Field and it's Tommy Lee Jones, isn't it? Or is it Treat Williams again? They were kind of a similar vibe. I think it was Tommy Lee Jones. Who was the husband? Tonight I knew I was getting bubbly water, so there was no surprise. Movement Voter Project. Movement Voter Project. Look into my mug. You're getting sleepy. Go to Movement Voter Project. Movement.vote. Movement.vote. Give them $1. Save a planet. Save it. Wait, who did I say? Sally Field? Oh God, I knew it was Sissy Spacek. I said the wrong name. I'm sorry. Apologies to Sissy Spacek and to Sally Field. Sally Field was Norma Ray. Another transporting movie of the late 70s. Richard says you're the only guy who drinks his politics. I'm trying to think of a snappy retort. Let me take a sip. Maybe something will come to me. All I could think of was a Russian mule. That drink, which suggests a mule is sort of like a donkey, which suggests the Democratic Party, and Russian suggests, well, at the moment, autocracy, but in previous eras, communism, monarchy. I don't know. Hey, McJet, welcome everybody. Everybody, welcome McJet. McJet made it to a live show. Oh, you're on the floor. Oh, damn. I'm sorry to hear it. Oh, boy. I hope you feel better. Oh, let's do this song just as a pick-me-up. Look for the silver lining whene'er a cloud appears in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining, and so the right thing to do is make it shine for you. A heart full of joy and gladness will always banish sadness and strife. So always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life. Try. That's all we can do. We can try to find the sunny side of life. Oh, the grass and water, Kathy. That was a quote from Norma Ray. Okay. Now I'm going to look up. Cow shit is just grass and water. All right. I got to watch that. I got to watch all those movies again. Norma Ray, Coal Miner's Daughter. and hair. That would make a good triple feature. McJet, where are you joining us from? I'm curious. A heart full of joy and gladness. Let me check if that's. I just did it on the spur of a moment, as a little a wish for sunny skies and all that. Pardon the giant knuckles. Um, it's, it's so horrific. It's like a big spider. Um, look for the silver lining. Public domain. Oh yeah, it is. It says it is because it was published before 1929. Look at that. Wait, when was Look for It? Look for the Silver Lining, 1920. Buddy De Silva. We saw him last night. Buddy De Silva. Yeah, Look for the Silver Lining is 1920. My God, that's an oldie. 1920. Jerome Kern and Buddy De Silva. I know it from Chet Baker, as I've said before. Oh, there's a verse that comes before Look for the Silver Lining. Here are the lyrics. Please don't be offended if I preach to you a while. Tears are out of place in eyes that were meant to smile. There's a way to make your very biggest troubles small. Here's the happy secret of it all. That's okay. I got to learn the verse. I got to learn that. How to do that. There it is. Please don't be offended if I preach. Please don't be offended if I preach to you a while. Tears are out of place in eyes that were meant to smile. Okay, I'm making a note to myself. Tomorrow night, I'm going to get the verse of that. Verse. It's a duet between Blair and Sally. Those are the characters. Look for the silver lining whene'er a cloud appears in the blue. Remember somewhere. Buddy again, yeah. Buddy, he was a hit factory. Yes, it's a 104-year-old song, or maybe 105 if it's 1919. Yes, I did look at Vecchia Zimarra. That's the old coat aria that I used to sing when I was doing that part in the opera in La Boheme. I have looked at that one for ukulele. Yeah. Maybe I'll resurrect some of that old bass repertoire. Repertoire. That's a word I used to love to say on the show. I haven't said it for a while. Yeah, maybe I'll resurrect some of my old bass repertoire and do it on the ukulele. All right. What's happening, people? Good evening. Nice to see you all. Thanks for joining. Oh, I had an audition today for a TV series for Amazon, and it was for the role of a dad who's also a cop. And he uses the phrase in the audition scene. There were two scenes for the audition. And he says, "Thank you so much." That was the phrase that I was railing against. But it's sort of in quotation marks in the moment. So, but there it was. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, you voted, Kathy, in the primary in Maine. I'm interested. I'm interested in hearing anything you want to tell us about it. For whom you voted? A guy I went to college with is in the state legislature there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm looking up his name. Look at those knuckles. A heart full of joy and gladness will always banish sadness and strife. So always look for the silver lining. Try to find the sunny side of life. Jeff Bezos loves you. Who loves you, baby? Who loves you, baby? Jeff Bezos. Or Bezos. Yeah, so a guy I went to college with is in the legislature there in Maine. I can't remember his name at the moment, which is shameful. And another guy I went to college with became the CEO of Amazon. So I should consult him before I lampoon the founder of Amazon. My rep was unopposed, 1st District. The 2nd District Democrat Jared Golden has a Trump-endorsed Republican challenger. Okay, good. Down with those guys. Boo. 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 This is what I wanted to do. I had another couple of songs I had on the menu tonight. Speaking of the menu, I made the same dinner last night and tonight. I was so pleased with it last night. I just made it again. There's kind of a farm stand, kind of supermarket here. It's sort of a hybrid between a farm stand and a supermarket because some of the stuff, depending on when you're there, some of the stuff is grown right out back, but some of it comes from far away. Some of it comes from far, far away and long, long ago. McJet is throwing some Hebrew into the comments. He says, Im Hashem lo yivneh bayis, which, as far as I can tell, it means with God, you will not build a house. Or it could be with God, it's transliterated, so it's hard to tell. Or it could mean if God doesn't build a house. Oh, I think that's a quote. It's like, if God doesn't build a house, it'll fall down. It's that kind of line. I'm not sure what that's apropos of, but. Oh, so yeah, so what did I eat? Oh, fiddleheads. Wow, that's cool. You ate fiddleheads? So what did I eat? So at the farm stand, got one zucchini, one yellow summer squash. You know, it's basically shaped like a zucchini, looks like a zucchini, but it's yellow instead of green. So I had one green, one yellow, a can of ceci. Ceci is the nice Italian word for chickpeas. CECI, ceci. So, or garbanzo beans. So a can of garbanzo beans, a zucchini, a yellow summer squash in a pot. And tonight I threw a tomato in there, a whole tomato. Last night it was some tomato sauce. And that was it. It's kind of a very simple vegan stew. I saw one of those videos. I've been getting these videos from, Instagram in Italian. Just little mini documentaries. They're little interviews with people on the street, like men on the street, woman on the street interviews. And they were asking an older Italian guy. I think he was 102. He was very advanced age, and it was about his health and what he ate and what kept him healthy. And he said when he was growing up, 5 days a week or 5 nights a week, his mom would make a minestrone. It's just soup. It just means soup. So 5 nights a week they would have soup. And then 1 day a week on the weekend they would have either fish or meat. And he said, Mama, why every night? Come on, can't we have something other than minestrone? And the mama said, that's all I have. All we have is minestrone, so that's what we're going to eat. So I liked her answer. And then they were interviewing another older woman who I think was also 102 or 103 on the street in Rome, I believe it was. And the woman was asking her questions, and one of her questions was something about her friends. And she said, Sono tutti morti. She said very casually, they're all dead, which was, it was kind of almost, well, there was something inspiring and transcendent, noteworthy at least, about the way she said it. Because she didn't pause, it was just stating fact. Her friends are all dead. And the interviewer, I think, sort of apologized. And she was like, no, 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 it's just a fact. But she was, somehow this subject's on my mind. I was talking to a friend and neighbor here today about the fact. So she has parents who are, pushing, let's say, pushing 90, and it seems like consensus is these people who stay really busy in some way and feel like they have commitments. That's an important ingredient. Feeling obligations. Obligations. I think that might be one of the key ingredients to super longevity. Look for. Oh, you're saying add raisins to that thing. Oh, way to use the zucchini. Yes, lasagna. Yeah, lasagna's good. I love lasagna. A vegetable lasagna. That was my go-to. I haven't done that in a long time. I should do it again. Okra, onion, garlic, chopped collard greens, sauteed in olive oil. That sounds very good. You say you can add raisins. All right. Just eat chow chow. That's good. How's the comfrey? What's comfrey again? We talked about that. Isn't that some sort of a herb? Yeah, you have to have a purpose. That's right. You know what? That might be stating it in a little bit. That's a high bar to have a purpose. I think one can also thrive into one's later years. It doesn't have to be that high a bar of purpose, or although it could be just a question of nomenclature, because it can also just be doing something that feels meaningful. That's what it is. I guess it's just another way of saying the same thing. Meaning, purpose, yeah. What'll I do? What'll I do when you are far away and I am blue? What'll I do? What'll I do when you are far away and I am blue? What'll I do? What'll I do when I am wondering who is kissing you? What'll I do? What'll I do with just a photograph to tell my troubles to? When I'm alone with only dreams of you that won't come true, what'll I do? A nice little tune of longing and regret. From 100 years ago, Irving Berlin, What'll I Do? What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do? All right. I don't know. What are you going to do? You got to move on. That's what you're going to do. Move up, move along. What'll I do? What'll I do with just a photograph to tell my troubles to? That's a really nice line. You got to give it to Irving. What'll I do with just a photograph to tell my troubles to? When I'm alone with only dreams of you that won't come true, what'll I do? Oh my God, the lights went out. Yeah, that is a lovely, simple little ditty. I think. I think it's a simple little ditty. Hey, bella lune, bella lune. Oh, I wanted to do a few plugs. Let's plug some things. First of all, if you have any leaks in your plumbing, plug those. Okay, now on to the plugs. My friend Max is in a play up in Montreal. So if anyone is in Montreal or knows anyone in Montreal, um, the play, and then um, I was working with him online on an audition that he was doing for a movie, and then it came up that he's in Toronto now doing this play, and he was doing the audition for a movie by the same writer. So here's the play. It's called Stu Cowan. So if anyone was I was not. I don't know anything about this, but hold on, let me get this right. Oh, Ken Dryden. Sorry, Ken Dryden. Okay, the play is called Beyond Ken Dryden. It's about a hockey player. They're really into hockey up in Montreal. The play is running through June 16th at the Conservatoire de musique et d'art dramatique du Québec Studio Multimédia. Wait, let me say that again. Oh, it's part of the Montreal Fringe Festival, which is going on right now. So Safdie, the playwright, and my friend Max Katz, who is starring in it. It's a one-person show, and the subject is this goalie who was just apparently, I guess, a big deal. The play is called Beyond Ken Dryden. It's at the Saint Ambroise Montreal Fringe Festival, and it's running through the 16th. So for another 5 days. Let me tell you again the name of the place where it's playing. Beyond Ken Dryden will be at the Conservatoire de musique et d'art dramatique du Québec Studio Multimédia on Avenue Henri Julien. All right, there it is. That's the plug. Catch it if you can. Max is a very funny, good actor. What'll I do? Do what makes you fulfilled. Yes. Obligation. Yes. Oh, and you were then saying, McJet, that line, that's a song. Im Hashem lo yivneh bayit. Oh yeah, maybe I do know that. I'm gonna look it up. It rings a faint bell. Da da da, Quebecois. Yeah, Quebec. I mean, Montreal's amazing because you drive and then you're in what feels like France. That's my experience every time I go there. And those incredible bagels. I asked my friend if he goes to get them at Saint Viator or Saint Viateur, and he said, "No, I'm a Fairmont guy because there are these two different bagel places, and you fall into one camp or the other in general." It's the same thing in Paris. There are these two falafel places, and people swear by one or the other. One of them is called the Ace of Falafel, L'As du Falafel, and the other one I can't remember what it's called. Anyhow, oh, I wanted to sing your cheatin' heart. Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell on you when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Your cheating heart will pine someday and crave the love you threw away. The time will come when you'll be blue. Your cheating heart will tell on you when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and call my name. You walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Oh. All right, you cheating heart. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much. That's Hank Williams. Yes, Patsy Cline has a version. All sorts of people. That's a great song by words and music by Hank Williams. 1952. 1952. That's a nice one. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Oh, also, like I mentioned the other night, my friend Rufus is starring in a show in New York. If you're in New York, at the Irish Rep, it's called Molly Sweeney. Got some really good reviews. There's another plug. Lots of plugs. Oh my God, I'm off. I'll be loving you always, with a love that's true always. When the things you plan need a helping hand, I would understand always, always. Days may not be fair always. That's when I'll be there always. Not just for an hour, not just for a day, not just for a year, but always. Always, always here at 9 p.m. Don't be a stranger. Don't be a stranger. Yes, thank you, Dawn. Thank you for that reminder. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Share this. Share this with a friend. Thank you, Mary. I really appreciate the kind words. And I will see you all tomorrow at 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 3 a.m. in Stockholm, Sweden, and 3 p.m. in Hawaii. Sweet dreams, everybody.